Hello everyone, hi, it's me again. It's really weird me saying me again. So I just wanted to do another video, but today I'm going to make it short and sharp. I'm going to just do an excerpt, a reading from a book that I read sometime last month that I really enjoyed, and I thought you would enjoy from it, especially if you're a person of faith. It's a book written by Instagram Bible teacher that I follow called Phylicia Masonheimer. I really love the book. I think it's very, very pretty. I love the cover of the books. I have a thing for book covers. But the name of the book is called Stop Calling Me Beautiful, Finding Soul Deep Strength in a Skin Deep World by Phylicia Masonheimer. So she's a Bible theologian that I follow on Instagram. And it's a really nice book. It's a really good one that talks about how to move from surface Christianity into a deeper walk with God. It's very easy and relatable for anyone to be able to understand the principles that she spoke about in the book. So I'm just going to read a reading from chapter 5 of the book, and the chapter is called Skirt Length and Bible Translations, Overcoming Legalism. The sun peeked over the watery horizon and sent beams skipping across the lake. I gazed at it while I wiped down a table. As a waitress in a diner near my childhood home, I spent a whole summer watching the sun rise over the water. I never tired of it. But I did tire of something else. Something I spent my whole summer trying to ignore. My co-workers' foul mouths. Anyone who works in food service knows that bad language comes with the territory. I started working outside the home at 15, so it wasn't as if I'd never heard someone swear before. But I was zealous in my young Christian faith and determined to be set apart. Hebrews 7:26. So whenever my co-workers would take the Lord's name in vain or drop an F-bomb in my presence, I made sure they knew it shouldn't happen again. By the end of the summer, everyone in the diner knew they shouldn't swear around me. Mission accomplished. But what did I accomplish by demanding unbelievers clean up their language? I look back and I wonder. As an outspoken Christian, I was one of the few people of faith my co-workers ever encountered. Based on my demands, they could easily infer that the gospel was more about not swearing than following Jesus Christ. My personal commitment to pure speech could have easily been misconstrued as a requirement to approach God. My co-workers learned the gospel, but one that demanded they clean up their acts before coming to Jesus. Teenage me showed my co-workers Christianity, but this Christianity I showed them was legalistic, adding requirements to gospel grace. Legalism is adherence to law even when Jesus has given us freedom through his blood. Legalistic worldview says you must dress, talk, and behave in a certain way in order to earn God's favor, or at the very least not lose his approval. Essentially, we must follow the rules. I'll just also read a couple of other things that she said here. Legalism takes many forms. Most people associate it with long skirts, long hair, purity rings, chaperone dates, but the other extreme is also true. When someone says it's uptight or legalistic to refrain from swearing, to wear a suit to church, or to sing hymns, it's as if these things prevent a true relationship with God. That is another version of legalism. You can be just as legalistic about tattoos and trendy church services as you can be about dating and modesty. Legalism is any action added to the gospel in order to please God. So legalism is anything you add to the gospel in order to please God. You are trying to earn God's approval. It's anything that not only you do inwardly, but something that you're doing on the outward way, in an outward way where it's like, okay, I only dress this way, I only do those things because that's the way to please God. And it takes away from the fact that those things are, so I don't want to, and I think that's not what she was trying to say. So it would be good if you read the book to read the full book. This is just an excerpt. It's just saying and the reason why I read that is for us to think about, especially us that were believers. What are those things that you've added onto the gospel that you are making a requirement for others to come to know God that God didn't actually add to it? What are those things? And there may be things that you've actually come to say that within your walk with God, to say these are things I don't want to do. I don't want to swear, or I don't want to dress a certain way, or I don't want to do certain things. But people who then deviate from those, so someone has a tattoo, for instance, or someone, I'm trying to think of something, wears trousers. I'm just trying to think of something. I come from Nigeria, so we have denominations where women are not allowed to wear trousers. Those kind of things. What are those things that we've added on and taken as a legalistic worldview and have added to requirements for people to know God? And this is something that I'm a Christian, so I can only speak from a Christian point of view. But I'm sure it happens in other religions as well, where people add on things that are not necessarily things that the religion says that you have to do to know God, but because they're things that they've come to know for themselves. And sometimes we come to know God personally and say, these are things I don't want to do. But then we impose them on others, and then we begin to disapprove of them, or we think that we're better than them. Rooted at legalism is that superiority complex of wanting to be better than someone else. So it's just a thought that I want us to think about. What are those things that we've added? What are those things that we've, I taught because I teach Sunday school at church as well, and I was thinking about how, the woman by the well, where she was a Jew, and one of the things that really struck her was, and she was a Samaritan, and one of the things that really struck her was, why is Jesus talking to me? Why are you talking to me? As in, Jesus don't talk to Samaritans. That's how we as Christians sometimes behave. As in, we don't give people the opportunity. We put ourselves on a pedestal, and then we don't allow us to be able to see past that pedestal, to see past the image of God in a person. Oh, they've got tattoos. Oh, they've got multiple piercings. So obviously they must be the devil incarnate. And then we don't allow us to have relationships with people, to see past who they are. It was a very, very good book, and she goes, as in, this is just an excerpt, and this is just thoughts that I thought from it. If you want to really go deeper into it, I would recommend that you buy the book. It's on Amazon if you're in the UK, and I think it's on sale in America. I think it's on sale Amazon worldwide. It's a really good book, and I really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, that's my excerpt from Stop Calling Me Beautiful. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learned something from it. And if you want to get more into it, as I said, it's just going to be excerpts, and if you want to get more into it, it may be better for you to buy the book for yourself. Have a lovely, lovely day, and God bless you. Thank you for listening. Thank you.